Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, I was going to ask what is your task, but you already said sufficient.
Right,
So,
sufficient assumption.
Tristan, in sufficient assumptions, you want to force it. Like, I tell you, Tristan is the, mm, what should I say? Tristan is the most handsome person in Calgary. How do I force that?
Um, that like no one else is as handsome as me, I guess you could say.
I think
Or
I would say that's too obvious for the LSAT. It's rephrasing it almost.
you could say everyone else is inferior in terms of looks than me or something else. Or is that too strong as well?
I wouldn't mind it being a strong. In fact, you want sufficient assumptions to be a strong. Sufficient assumptions should be a strong. Necessary assumptions ideally should be weak. But sometimes necessary assumptions can be a strong. But the problem I have with what you say is that you're just changing the meaning. You don't want to change the meaning. Like, that's not helpful on the LSAT that much. You want to add something indirectly that forces it. For example, I will help you with this one so you know what I mean. Like, if the conclusion is Tristan is the most handsome guy in Calgary, I force it by saying Tristan is the most handsome person in Canada. If
Right.
Tristan is the most handsome person in Canada, then it forces the argument.
Hmm.
So you want to not just rephrase the meaning, you want to indirectly force it. You want something as strong to force it. Or if I tell you tomorrow is going to be 30 degrees at minimum, I can force it by saying tomorrow will be 45 degrees at minimum. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? And
Yeah. So the 36 would be the sufficient assumption, right?
the conclusion is
Or
36 degrees or whatever, 30 degrees. The assumption that forces it is that the weather will be at least 45,
right. Yeah. So then it has to be
at least
at least
36.
36, if not more.
Exactly. And I promise you, Tristan, like all these arguments have gaps. For example, one more example. I tell you, if it's raining tomorrow, we won't go to the beach. And
Right.
my conclusion is that we are not going to the beach. What assumption would force it?
You could say it's been raining the past week and it'll continue to rain for another week.
Exactly. And notice that, Tristan, this is a sufficient assumption that forces the argument. It's not necessary. Maybe we won't go to the beach because my car battery died. Or maybe we won't go to the beach because the beach is closed for whatever reason, for cleanup, right?
Right.
So sufficient assumptions, you think of them as forcing the argument. Necessary assumptions, you think of they are absolutely necessary. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For example, sir, one more thing. Like in the example where Tristan is the most handsome guy in Calgary, I don't have to assume that he's the most handsome person in Canada. Obviously, that would force it. That would be sufficient to assume Tristan is the most handsome person in Canada. But that's not necessary, right?
Right.
You can be the most handsome person in Calgary, but not be the most handsome person in Canada. So do you see the way to think about sufficient and necessary?
Yeah. So basically, sufficient like forces the conclusion to
Yes.
be true, but
Yes.
then necessary is it's absolutely necessary, and then if you negate it, then it completely like wrecks the argument.
Exactly. One thing I like, a lot of students like to use negation technique on necessary assumptions, but from what I understand, the most modern tests have moved away from negation. They make negation very difficult, and sometimes it's a trap to negate it. I'm not saying do not negate, but you should definitely have other strategies too. So if possible, let's answer this.
All right.
I can even stay quiet. I will stay quiet. Let's see how you do.
All right.
But if you need help, please let me know.
Sounds good. All right. So the conclusion's the first sentence, obviously, that fitness consultants who smoke cigarettes cannot help their clients become healthier. And
Exactly.
then premises just kind of I got the sense it was kind of like chaining everything together. So saying like they if they can't help themselves, or if they don't care about their own health, then they won't care about the health of their clients. And then if they don't care about the health of their client, then they won't be able to help them get in better shape or healthier.
Exactly. And that approach is correct, but which answer choice is that?
I haven't looked yet, but I'll
But
look. I don't know
I
for this
love
one.
your strategy.
Pardon?
Your strategy is perfect. I love it.
So it'd be A, right? Anyone who does not care for his or her own health, cannot help others become healthier. No.
No.
Oh,
Your approach is perfect, but you mess up on the answer choices. Let's, if possible, let's do it in a very organized manner. So you tell me what the premises are.
um, if they do not care about their own health, they cannot care about the health of their clients.
So own health means you don't care about your own health, then
Right.
you don't care about the
Uh,
client health.
clients' health. Right.
Next sentence, you tell me how to diagram.
Um, I mean, you could all put this as one chain.
Yes. And
Um, and then you put arrow to um, become healthier, and then the negation through it.
yes, so no health for the clients.
Right.
And what is the conclusion?
Um, Fitness consultants who smoke cigarettes cannot help their clients become healthier. So you put like FC, or maybe you could put like FC and then another C for fitness consultants cigarettes, and then you do an arrow towards um CH for client health, and then
I would just do, I would just honestly do FS, not FC. Fitness consultants who smoke.
right.
Do what?
And then arrow to CH, maybe for standing for client healthier, and then put a negation through that.
I would just do continue with the no H here. If I done like CH here, not CH, but I did like H, so I just do not H.
Right.
But
That makes
CH is like good. The only reason I don't do CH is because I did H
sense.
here.
Right.
You want to make sure the variables are consistent.
That makes sense.
So, Tristan, the argument is this, right? This is the conclusion, right? You want to
Right.
go from Fs to not H. So, what assumption should I complete? What should I assume about Fs?
Um, uh, Fitness consultants that smoke, do not care about health of anyone kind of thing.
Or
Or am
that works. That
yeah,
works. But you can just say they don't care about their own health. If you make this assumption, Tristan, then the argument takes Fs to no OH, then the premises take no OH to no CH, then to no H, which is what we have here.
right.
Does that make sense to you or no?
I think so.
So, Tristan, just to recap, you write, sorry, let me erase everything. So, you write down the premises, you write down the conclusion on a separate line. It's good that you're chaining the premises. That's very good. And conclusion should use the same variables. Then you know, Tristan, you want to go from Fs to no or H, right? Fs means no H.
All right. And then you just have to chain it on,
Yes,
put FS onto
exactly.
the premise chain.
Exactly. Like this. Done. That was perfect, Tristan.
Right.
And so the thing we want is Fs to
To
no.
OH, not
Exactly.
OH.
And what is the contrapositive of this? The logical equivalent.
OH to not FS.
Exactly. So Tristan, you're either looking for the guy on top or the guy on the bottom. What is
Right.
A saying?
Anyone who does not care for his or her own health cannot help others become healthier.
This doesn't talk about smoking, right? The whole
Right.
thing is fitness consultant who smokes cannot, does not care about his own health, right? Fs to no OH. A doesn't even talk about smoking. So your approach is correct to chain everything, but you have to do it in an organized manner so you see what is the assumption. So
Right.
please go into the answer choices and find either this guy or this guy.
It'd be yeah, it'd be E, correct?
Exactly. Does that make sense, Tristan?
Yeah. At first I was like I looked at D, but then that's like an unwarranted assumption. We can't assume that people who don't smoke all care about the health of others. That's
That
right?
doesn't even help us. We want to say if you smoke, you don't care about your own health. D says exactly, it's off topic. It says does not smoke. It's like my conclusion is Canadians are nice.
Right. And you're talking about like Americans or something.
Exactly. We are talking about non-Canadians. Perfect.
That makes sense.
Is it okay if we do like maybe like two or three questions on seventh stage? I
Let's
have
do
assumption questions I can do right now, but I want them to be random. If it's random, you see how the strategies apply to